right, Stock Pulse back here at the Vancouver Resource Investment Conference 18 in Vancouver, British Columbia. I've got Peter Spina from Goldseek. Good to see you, Peter.
It's great to be back. Thank you.
So we're a year removed from 45 getting in office. Done some good. Certainly stirred the pot a little bit. How do you kind of see the state of the world right now?
Well, I think from the U.S. economic side, Trump has done a lot to bring back confidence from the business owner community side. This tax cut, I think, does a lot to unleash that economic dynamic energy that exists in the United States that has been suppressed for such a long time. So it kind of changes my view on what's going to happen. I think the U.S. economy was kind of heading into a recession, and now with this tax cut, I think there's a lot of incentive and energy that's coming back into the economy, and I think we're actually going to see some growth, which also, to me, is going to reflect in price inflation because of the past decades of all this money printing and all this money sitting on the bank's balance sheets. Well, if the loans are going to start happening, the money's going to really get into the economy, not just into the equity bubbles or into the bond bubbles or into these different asset bubbles, but actually into real economic activity. Well, I think that's going to pull in more price inflation, and then we're going to see the velocity of money start increasing, and then the inflation rate is going to start going up, and that's going to be good for gold. But it's a bit of a catch-22 because we can't have inflation go up too much or else rates would go up, and then what happens with all this debt? So, this is beyond Trump. This is something beyond that he can really manage, but the best thing that he can do is to return economic freedom and return the incentive back to the business owners, because the only thing that's going to get us out of the next crisis is having business owners and people retaining as much capital as and not getting it stolen by the government, because the government just squanders it and it just disappears. So I'm very optimistic, and I love what Trump has done on certain levels like that. And I think, despite all the controversies that he's created, I think I'm sure as heck happy that Hillary's not in office. Even though I do have issues with certain things that Trump has done from the economic and certain perspectives, I'm pretty optimistic, and I'm pretty positive now on with the outlook in the next year or two on the U.S. economy.
Yeah, well, first year salvage, or a savage, and they're a salvage, and then year two savage for the Trump White House. Good environment for gold, indeed, I agree. You did a chat here about gold versus crypto. I know this is something that a lot of people really want to know. I mean, give me your view on this, because gold's hard money here. We got a little battle going on here.
Sure, so there's the two camps. You got the gold bugs, and then you have the crypto bugs. And they butt heads, and they're always arguing, and I'm kind of, hey, you guys are fighting the wrong battle. You guys are more complementary. You guys are fighting more of the similar battle. Sure, crypto has diverted capital and investment money from the gold space, but now we're seeing crypto investors who got involved with crypto, because if you look at the core people who got into crypto, these are anarchists, these are libertarians, these are hard money asset guys, and they saw this manipulated market, and they saw this system, how it operates, and they found a way to challenge it. And you know what? They're making a lot of money right now, billions and billions of dollars, and some of them are taking some money off the table, and they don't want US dollars, they don't want Canadian pesos, Mexican pesos or Canadian dollars, they want silver, gold, mining assets. So we're going to see cycle back of that capital, which is now being, unlike other bubbles, that if this is a bubble, where Wall Street starts with it and then sells a public on it and gets out, these guys started it, and now money is coming in from the Main Street, from now then Wall Street, and it's exploding. There's a lot of speculation coming into it, but it's kind of inverted in how this has progressed. Now, I would say that gold is ultimate money. It is the ultimate preservation of wealth. You can't beat gold. It is something that Bitcoin is not. But Bitcoin is something that gold isn't either. Bitcoin is a way to move money around very easily. There's no way for a government to steal it. It is kind of, you can take it around with you without, if there's capital controls in the United States and you wanted to take $1 million out of the country with you, you can put a backpack on full of silver and gold and get out of the country. No, the government's going to take half of it and then let you out. With crypto, all of a sudden you can move that wealth and subvert the banking system, subvert their power and control and their system. And here's a new system that they don't fully have an ability to control, and I love that aspect of it. Bitcoin is a payment network, it is a currency, it's a merger of those two, and it's also competition to the national currencies. And to me, Bitcoin is more of a threat to the US dollar, to the euro, which they can print trillions and trillions and trillions of these units, where Bitcoin is a limited amount and is trusted because it's a decentralized system, and it's a free market solution. If you really think about it, what is the US dollar? It's a nationalized currency. It's a Marxist, it's a socialist currency. And we're forced to use these things. Well, here's a Bitcoin, it's a free market solution, and I love that aspect of it. We finally have some more competition, and for gold, I look at crypto as complementary and as a competition.
Yeah, and I think when you get a Jamie Dimon cheerleading against it, it's probably a pretty good vehicle.
Well, he's come back now. He said he's wrong. And that's probably because he bought a position. Yeah, and I think Wall Street now, they see the speculation, they see the money, and I think they're realizing too that this is something that they can't fully control, but there will be battles. You're going to see the government come in and try to restrict it, but they would be idiots to try to ban it like they did in China. Because they ban it in China, where is it going to? Japan. They're embracing it. There's other countries that will embrace it. But of course, this is a threat to the banking institutions, to the monetary central bankers, and you know what? It's good to see some competition, and if we really lived in a free country, we would have not a monopoly of money, but we would have a free marketplace of money that you and I can choose what we want to use, and we do not have that. Bitcoin is giving us opportunity. Gold, unfortunately, is not providing that fully, because in the United States, you pay a collectibles tax on gold. I mean, they make it difficult for you to buy gold and all these things. So it's, you know, I believe in gold, and I will. It is the king of money, but it's still not free. And I hope maybe Trump will address this as well. But I don't really see much on that topic. So, you know, crypto has a place in all this.
Agree wholeheartedly. All right, that was Peter Spina. How's the best way to follow you, Peter?
On GoldSeek and SilverSeek.com, and we're also launching a 24K gold fund, which is going to be a fully transparent portfolio of gold investments, and the Ultimate Silver Fund, and we're launching that this quarter, and people can follow our mining stock investments on that as well, so we'll be getting that going the next couple of months.
And see a very nice painting to boot. All right, that was Peter Spina. Thanks, Peter.
Thank you for having me.